Anybody have any questions before? He was a rescued orphan, so I don't know for sure, but he's probably getting into late middle age now. But you know, I always say he's got that Robert Redford boyish charm.
Yeah.
He's still really cute.
Yeah.
No, he has his teeth and it's just too big for him now. Yeah, he thinks it's glamorous, so. He weighs 5 pounds and 5.2 after a meal.
So cute. Oh my God.
He has a lot of patella he's getting used to, but now he wobbles a little more. It's a common thing.
You're welcome. Oh, he is adorable.
And just not to alarm anyone, every time I go on tour, I do a complete medical exam. And just to make sure everything's fine, he had blood drawn, and they shaved off all this.
Yeah.
So that was just for his blood test. So, you know, it's covered right now, but if I take off his sweater, he's fine.
He walks around like a cat.
I know. And he's very, I'm able to pose him because he's just like pipe cleaner. You can just put him in these poses and he holds them.
Patient dog.
Yeah, he's like a little zen.
Wake him up. He's just calm like that. He's not medicated or anything. He's just calm.
Yeah, very calm. But he does get, you know, he barks at the cat at the doorbell, and you know, when there's fresh food, he'll stand up and
Just winks.
Is it a tiny little bark?
So I wanted to show you him now because, you know, we flew in from Florida this morning. He's a little tired, so if he's asleep when you get to the table, I just wanted to see. And he's real, and you know, he gives a lot of water. And he somehow is adjusted to it. You know, it doesn't really dry out. So. Hi, everybody! I cook raw food for him and mix it with health kibbles, like, you know, organic broccoli and little pieces of organic carrot. He loves fresh chicken though, but that's his scale pay that he shoots.
Cheap.
I don't really know. I mean, I know he has some calm in him, but I honestly don't know because he was an orphan. I don't want people to go try making Winkle. It'd be like the 101 Dalmatians stuff, where they had a lot of dogs that didn't look like him. Hey, Mellow Jello.
It almost looks like a fake tongue.
Yeah, go ahead. He actually does have really round ears and a rounded snout. I mean, Tom's actually are very pointy, and I do these little indentations here to give him a little shape, but his ears actually are round, and yeah. So it's you know, the cuteness isn't really created by a haircut; it's just enhanced by it. Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah? Oh yeah, he sleeps with me, yeah. Very territorial. Yeah. Well, I'm a magazine photographer. I was doing a shoot on welfare moms up in Bakersfield, and it was really late at night, and I was coming home and trying to find coffee and gas on my way back to LA where I live. And all I remember is being very disoriented and lost, turning around and catching him in my headlights, in a kind of truck stop, railroad track sort of area. And he just hobbled into my arms, in the glow of my headlights. Thought he was a little shipwrecked alien. And my boyfriend at the time thought he was like a demon, and I thought he was an angel with a dirty face. And I,
Hence all the
love and makeover.
all the pictures.
I started photographing him in these characters because I was fascinated with all the little different creatures he looks like. He looks like a koala, he looks like a squirrel. That chameleon-like thing he has going on really fascinated me. And then people would say stuff like, oh my God, that's, not a dog, that's the dog suit, that's a cat in a dog suit, or that's a robotic squirrel, the FedEx guy. And so I started making characters out of my own interpretations and how people reacted to him. It seems to really bring out everybody's kind of fun, creative side. And, we'll go places, maybe do it, that'll be otherwise a state affair like a gallery opening, and then they hear, once they know Mr. Winkle's here, the whole room is laughing and elevated. So he's just a real happy maker. And we get emails from all over the world from people that are, truck drivers in Russia that are fans, and military army admirals, and little kids. I mean, he's just a real healer and a real happy maker. And he seems to know that that's his purpose because he loves posing. And he actually has his dolls. I use we sell those on the website, but I actually use them as stand-in dolls. So these shoots often take me weeks to construct each picture, and it's the light, and to get all the prints. So I use the stand-in doll, and then he only comes in when I'm ready to shoot the film. So it's like he's so professional, he gets it in 5 minutes. Yeah, as you can see, he just, he's a diva. He just likes to lay around. So cute. Any other questions? I'm actually working on an art book now. These books, although they're for all ages, are marketed through Random House Children's, but because of their page length, they're in children's, but they're really for all ages. So, and before I did this, I was a fine art documentary photographer, so I've been working on this whole series for the last 5 years without the costume. And it's called Mr. Winkle the Nude. I have a fantastic publisher who wants to publish it, and we're just finalizing the, it's the nature news and the studio news and the hotel motel news. Because when we've been on tour, I've been photographing in all the hotel and motel rooms we've stayed at, which range from 5-star motels that my publisher, which is like little sleazy motels that I stay at, to have fun with them and do fun pictures. So that's like those are the, and then they're actually my favorite because they relate more to what I did before I found them. But the characters are fun too. That ought to be out maybe in a year and a half.
Does he ever bark?
Yes, at the doorbell and at the cat.
Little yippy.
Yeah.
Are you going to make any more movies? I have the one that he has out. Are you going to make any more?
I'm finally finishing one.
The circus one?
The circus one, and it's an independent film. I wanted it to be totally independent, and a woman in Santa Fe who's a big fan, who thinks he's a bodhisattva and is independently wealthy, finally is going to fund the finishing of it.
Wow, cool.
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
Had a border problem and found out that this, so that's what kind of fun things happen with him. She said that he spreads so much happiness that she wants to be a part of that.
That's cool.
He plays a little chaplain-like character who walks around the railroad tracks from town to town, like dancing for money, and staging with gypsy circus that try to capture him. He walks like a chaplain.
I'm buying
Wow.
Rotating myself. So if you want to get started with the symbolic photograph.